Okay, sir. We will start the session.
Yes, start.
It will join automatically.
Shall we start now?
I will start the.
Good evening and welcome
Sir,
to
sir, I
all
will
the
start. I will
participants.
start. I will start it, sir. I will.
Okay, okay.
Sir, this is I am Ravi from Center for the Research, Hyderabad. Uh, good evening
अपना
to
फोन
all.
दिखाइए अपना फोटोज दिखाइए कई नहीं सोशल मीडिया तो एक है
రవి
Yes, sir. Sir.
ताकि वो लोग का सेल्फी
రవి
Sir.
నేను ఇక్కడ మీటింగ్ లో ఉన్నా దినేష్ చంద్ర గారు ఇంట్రొడ్యూస్ చేస్తారు.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
ఓకే
Yes, sir.
ఓకే
Sir, I will start. So, good evening to everyone. So, today I welcome 52 lecture series. So, today our topic is Indian Constitution and Educational Justice, a Dalitgiri perspective. Today our speaker is Dr. Kishan Kumar, Assistant Professor, Lovely Professional University, Punjab. So I will like to invite Professor Captain Dinesh Chandra ji to introduce the speaker, today's speaker, very briefly. I just hand over to the Captain Chandra, uh, Captain Dinesh Chandra sir. Please introduce the speaker and continue the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Raviji. Yeah. Good evening and welcome to all the participants in the 52nd lecture of the series organized by Center for Dalit Studies. And I especially welcome Dr. Krishna Kumar, who is alumnus of Punjab University. Presently, he is Assistant Professor of Political Science and School of Liberal Arts and Creative Arts in lovely professional university. He is an expert on marginalized section and Dalit studies. His studies are basically influenced by the theories of Martin Luther King, Gandhiji, and Dr. Ambedkar. Currently, he is regularly writing columns in columns for Justice News, The Print, and Mooknayak. Presently, he is presently since last about 10 years, he is involved in studying political science, law, and human rights, and also imparting his knowledge about these subjects to the students in various Indian universities. Again, I welcome him and invite him to speak on today's topic, that is Indian Constitution and Educational Justice, a Dalitgiri perspective. Dr. Krishna Kumar. Dr. Krishna Kumar, please.
First of all, I would like to express my gratitude towards the organizer, Center for Dalit Studies, Malepallai sir, Arun sir, and Dinesh Chandra sir, who introduced me and tell me about. So it is an honor for me that I am able to present my view on this platform, and I also express my gratitude towards all the another organizations which help to organize this wonderful series, which is based on constitution and talk about the Dalits right. So, sir, I want to share a PPT. So, can you make me?
You can share it, sir. You are co-host. You can share directly.
Okay. So I'm sharing. Yeah. Thanks, sir. No, sir. My request has.
Ravi,
Yes, sir. Just.
started?
Sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Started opening the PPT.
Already started, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, right. Thank you.
प्रदीप सर एक बार देखना जरा मेरी पीपीटी नहीं हो रही है डेस्कटॉप पे पड़ा है इसमें शेयर करना हाँ डेस्कटॉप पे पड़ी है ये कौन सा हमारा किस नाम से एजुकेशन जस्टिस की पीपीटी है वो एजुकेशन जस्टिस ये आगे नहीं चल रही एफआईएफ यहाँ पे आ रहा है स्क्रीन शेयर कर रहा है आ रहा है
Yes, it means
स्क्रीन शेयर कर लो ना आप
स्क्रीन शेयर हो रही है?
Sir, I'm asking to you. Yeah, is it my PPT being shared with you?
No, not. There is a Zoom window is open here.
So
Otherwise,
to
you
open it.
don't. It will be good. You can talk only. There is not. It is not very much important to go through the PPT. You can share your views by giving your deliberation. Yeah, now it is opening.
Okay.
PPT.
Okay. Yeah. No. Okay. Now is it clear to everyone? Now it
Yes, it's very clear.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Please adjust your video also. Your space not coming properly. Please check your video also. Space video.
You want to leave?
Sorry for the delay because this is a technical problem. So let me explain my views regarding Indian Constitution and educational justice Dalitgiri perspective. It is a very important question: how Indian Constitution provide educational justice to Dalits. So in this first question which comes to in our mind, that what is constitution? That almost we do is governed by some set of rules, and there are rules also for games like that, any games, and in for society also we have some rules, and the set of rules we can consider as a constitution. Another definition of constitution, this is very important, that in general the constitution is the supreme law of the land, as constitution contains laws concerning government and its relation with the people. In this slide we can see that how constitution is a mediator, and it is stand in the center between people and the government. So it describes the relations between government and between people. One another thing which is very important, that why we need constitution, and the answer of this question is that whenever people think about their powers, so constitution explain their powers, that the government, the policy makers, lawmakers, all are dependent upon the people. Like that, our system is a democratic system, and in this democratic system the all power in the hand of people. Like that, in this picture you can see that the politician and the leader is totally depend upon people. So sometimes when any leader, any organization, any government try to hurt the rights of people, so then they can help of constitution and they can save their rights. Another, this is a very important definition which we should contain at present scenario. Patrick Henry spoke about the constitution, that the constitution is not an instrument for the government to restrain the people, while it is an instrument for the people to restrain the government. So all scholars like the Patrick Henry and aware that whenever people give their rights and another powers in the hand of government, so that would be chances that government will be misuse these power against the people. So that's why they emphasizes on the constitution, and in this definition he described that constitution is most important for the people, and people can use constitution as an instrument to restrain the government. The same Baba Sahib Dr. B.R. Ambedkar also viewed about the constitution, and he spoke that constitution not merely as a legal document but as a vehicle of life that reflects the spirit of the age. He emphasized that the success of the constitution depend on those who implemented it, highlighting the importance of good people and political parties in its proper functioning. And he also accepted that it is a live and dynamic document which would be changeable in future also as per the need of time and as per the need of people. So this is the view of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar regarding constitution. In this slide, we can see how Ambedkar takes educational justice, because we always think and there is a discourse, because Ambedkar's Baba Sahib contribution is invaluable, so it is a social reformer, as a politician, and as the father of constitution and father of Dalit assertion. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar also work about educational justice. And for the educational justice, firstly, as we know, his famous quotation that first to be educate, organize, and agitate. So he preference to education, and when we see his biographies and his working, so we will find that he emphasized education and made so many societies and colleges for Dalits. So firstly, why he emphasized on education, that education as the first step to annihilation of caste, because he was aware that without education, Dalits and other people could not able to understanding about the dynamics of caste, and it's that caste is not a problem of Dalits, even it is a problem of the whole world. And right now we can see that whenever Dalits have been migrating, so we are finding there the problem of caste, whether USA, UK, Canada, Australia, and Dalits also organized in these countries, and they are fighting for their rights. Another thing which emphasized by Ambedkar, that advocate is state supported education for Dalits. because Dr. B.R. Ambedkar also got a scholarship for his study, and so he was aware that if government would be help and support for the education of Dalits, so definitely Dalits would be able to find a space in the education, because he was aware and he knew very well that Dalits just not socially uh, weak, even they are economically also weak. They have lack of sources, and he emphasized on the funded institution like that. He also uh, established a college that was Siddharth College, which was funded by the British government, and he uh, he also took loan for the government to establish this college. And another thing which is very important for the social justice, that fought for reservation in education and employment. So these are the outlook of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar for educational justice. These are the some features of educational justice as we measure in contemporary era, that in the context of India, basically we are habitual to making hierarchy like that in our social hierarchy. We dwelt for kind of categories, that firstly Brahman, then Kshatriya, Vaishya, and four Shudra, and out of four categories, ex untouchables. So again, in our institution system or educational system, we develop hierarchy where some institutions are more privileged, and they have a prestige, while some institution comes in the middle because they are not upper and lower. Their outputs depend upon the hard work of the students, while some institution is lower because lack of faculty, lack of sources, and these institutions create a hierarchy, not just institution, even hierarchy in the quality of education. And unfortunately, again, because still Dalits are marginalized and they are not uh, able to enter upper hierarchy of the institution. Another thing is that our education should be based on the dignity, representation, and safety in the institution. Third is removing structural barriers which were created by unlogical and unrationality. And fourth is affirmative action in admissions and employment. So these four components and four factors which describes the what is educational justice. And Dr. B.R. Ambedkar also mentioned special provision for the empowerment of Dalits in constitution. If we look at the article fundamental rights, so in the fundamental rights there are article 15.4 and 15.5 which describe the special provisions and reservation in education for SCs, which show that dual caste and Dalit must be able to get a space in the institutions. And for that, he did a special provisions through the article 15.4 and 15.5. Another article, that is 16.4. In this article also reservation in public employment, because if you look at the in contemporary era, so as Dalits entered into public employment, then they able to educational empowerment, and with the help of economic sources, they able to send their children into good schools, colleges, and universities. So that's why Article 16.4 also helpful for the educational justice. Another article, that is Article 16, which declare abolition of untouchability and ensuring equal access, because before independence and many centuries, Dalits were untouchable for the Hindus caste, and they were not enter to public places, public schools, temples, and access public facilities like that, water and all that is facilities, which was obstacle for them to enter in education system. But as Article 17 abolished the untouchability, which sure that any institution, any individual will have not right, and right now nobody has a right to do any kind of discrimination and untouchability with Dalits on the basis of their caste, color, and culture. Another important article is Article 21A, that was inserted later on. In this article, now free and compulsory education for the all children age from 16 to 14 years. This article also helpful for the inclusion of Dalits in education and helpful for the educational justice. Another article is 29.2, and this article also provide a platform for the educational justice, because according to this article, uh, any institution has not right to denial of admission any individual on the basis of his her caste, race, and religion. So this article also empowered Dalits to enter education. Another article also which is significantly emphasized on the education of Dalits and marginalized sections, that is the Article 45, which uh, is a is a uh, which is described that state should be care of the education of early childhood. So this was the directive principle, and these are the direction by the future governments that time. And this article still is give uh, some insights to the governments to how they can care the education of childhood. Article 46 also promote educational and economic interest of scheduled caste. In this article also, Constitution gives direction to the governments that government can do and make special provision and special laws for the promotion of education Dalits. So these are the some provisions which shows that how our constitution maker and especially Baba Sahab aware about the education of Dalits, and he uh, tried his best for to put in constitution that in future maximum Dalits should have a right and should be enter into the educational system. And despite that, another also some sportive laws and schemes made by governments. In these schemes, first law that was very important Prevention of the Atrocity Act 1989, which we can say SC/ST Act. And this act is not directly to related with the education, but it is provide a safe educational environment, because when Dalits feel security in the institution, then they will be able to get education. So that's why this act is very important for the perspective of Dalits and for the perspective of educational justice. Another things and schemes which are very important, that is the scholarship, as we have still pre-matric scholarship, post-matric scholarship, and overseas scholarship. These scholarship always help to marginalize and Dalit to achieve higher education. Even with the help of overseas scholarship, so many Dalits able to enter into international and prestigious universities and got their higher education from the prestigious university like that Howard, Cambridge, Oxford, and so many others. So this was a very important vision of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, which is helping still Dalits. But still, what is the condition of Dalits? However, we have so many laws and we are aware about the constitutional provisions and we know the values of education. Even people's also now reading literature of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar's, and in academia also Dalit study established. But still, due to caste discrimination, Dalits students and Dalits youth have been facing so many problems in education, like that caste discrimination in education. If you look at the dropout rates, also is a problem for Dalits. Another thing is that even our faculty also faced discrimination and institutional murder. Another thing which is very important, if you look at the representation of Dalits in higher education, so we will see that there are a very few numbers from Dalits who are the vice chancellor of government and private universities. Here I put the example how caste discrimination in education. This is a survey which was done by IITs Bombay, and in this survey, Dalit students also accepted that they faced discrimination because of their caste identity, and they reveals that to know their caste, their classmates and their professors asked their surname and asked their ranks, and these questions indirectly trying to know about the caste of that particular student. And due to this caste discrimination, Dalit students have been doing suicide continue. I mentioned here the example of Rohit Vemula, because how it was institutional murder and he was harassed by the institutions and people who don't want, who were not agree with his ideology and his outlook regarding Dalit movements and Bahujan movements, and they harassed him. And he wrote an article, last letter And in this letter, he mentioned that his birth, my birth is my fatal accident, which is show the pain of Dalits. And Rohit Vomela's suicide is not the last suicide. Continuously, even we can find every day in newspapers that where Dalit students have been doing suicide just on the ground of their caste identity. However, students uh, do suicide due to various reasons, but one reason is also caste identity. So, in Dalit perspective, we should. This is the also report which shows that 19,000 marginalized students exit premier institution during 2018 to 2023. And this huge number shows that if our students and drop out from the premier institution like that, central universities, IITs, IM, so how we can think that our students who are going to schools able to a dignified and quality education. I read so many news, and here are so many intellectuals in this meeting, the Center for Dalit Studies and uh, Arun sir. So we are all aware that in many schools, Dalit students uh, provided separate places for their sitting, and even sometimes the students uh, also segregated on the basis of caste, and they don't touch the water sources of the particular in the school. And they also used and abused by their teachers also. So this is a very crucial question. As I explained earlier, that because our society is habitual to makes hierarchy. So as social hierarchy, we established right now we established a hierarchy in education, which is against uh, educational justice. So for educational justice, as our government and people always talk about one nation, one election, that is good thing. But as the perspective of educational justice, we should think and we should talk about not just education. There is a time to talk about quality education, because one education just is not enough for survive in the globalization and the era of AI. We will have to we can survive and be able to get good jobs in this era with the help of quality education. Another thing that we should talk about, one nation and one education system, because there are so differences between the education system of every state. And while our exams like that UPSC and another top exams have a same syllabus, so why we are adopting different education system? We should we should adopt one nation and one education system. Another thing, if you look at the fee structure of the courses, it is also different in different states. Some states provides education in minimum fees, while some states and some institution provided same course charge big amount. So which is also a problem for Dalits, and we should think about it for the educational justice and one nation, one fee for the fee structure, whether the all institution, government and private, that would be better for the inclusion of Dalits in education system. This is also a point that I mentioned earlier, one nation, one syllabus, that would be better, because if people will aware the culture and all that things, which would be able to Dalits also to participate higher competitive exams, and they will be able to crack that exams. Right now, the higher exams preparation done by the coaching centers, and these centers charge is very high, and Dalit and marginalized section could not able uh, to pay the amount. So that's why I'm putting here that one nation, one syllabus. It would be helpful for the marginalized sections to enter in the education. And the last point is also, as per my observation, is that extend reservation in private sector, because due to globalization and due to privatization, or maximum sectors is going on to be privatization. And however, Dalits also able to find places in private sector, but if the reservation extend in private sector, so that would be better, because when Dalits will get good salaries, so they use their sources for their children for the higher education. So this is my presentation, and thank you so much providing me this opportunity to Arun sir, Center for Dalit Study, and sir of Malleplai. Now we can discuss also if
Thank
we
you,
have
sir.
any questions.
Thank you, sir. I think Captain Dinesh Kumar sir will moderate the session. He will take the questions and forward to you, sir.
Oh. Before saying thanks, I have one. I will not say it is a question, but definitely we need solution to this problem. Those who are in from UP, they would be knowing the current development about the primary education in Uttar Pradesh. The government has decided to close down around 5,000 primary schools, or they say these schools are being merged because the strength of students is less than 50. So, and what I believe, I read somewhere in some newspaper, since last, I think 5 years, in the whole country, 91,000 primary schools have been closed down. Now, one side we talk about the education or RTE, and other side, the government is doing just opposite to it. I was in Andaman and Nicobar during 94-96 for 2 years. So there, in every school, there was a primary school and then junior school. And the number of students used to be hardly 5, 6, 10, 15. and there were 21 villages. But the strength of teachers was 100%. That was the impetus given to the education in tribal areas. And now if we see, these things are just opposite. The students, primary students, can they walk for 5 kilometers every day, where there are no roads, no means of communication? The only thing, instead of putting up efforts to promote the education amongst the people, government is doing ulta. They are further closing down the schools and restricting students from acquiring primary education, basic education, which is necessary. Now, we as sincere citizens need to think about it and think what can we do about it. This is the big question in front of the country, because today they are doing here in Bihar, they are violating the constitutional rights. In UP, they are violating violating the constitutional rights by snatching the right to franchise. Here in UP, they are violating the constitutional rights by denying education, private education to the students. Now, this is a big question which we have to think, and we have to find out the solution and make sure that the government does not do all these anti-constitutional things. Now, I invite the questions from the participants. The forum is open.
Kumar sir, please charge cable to your laptop. Otherwise, it will close.
Is there anybody have question?
So, I want to add something.
Just before
As-
that, I wanted to
Yes, sir.
just not exactly that question,
Sir.
but I need a bit clarity about that the word you used. It's a very deliberate in the topic that Dalitgiri. Though that the Giri word, it's known as a that in journal it always reflect to the dominance wherever it is being used, kind of this word, it's a dominance. And still, in across the country, Dalits are not in position to dominate the situation. As a topic, you use that education justice. The Dalits are even not in position to dominate that. That what exactly the perspective behind this to decide this topic and adding the word Dalitgiri? Just need a bit clarity, not the full answer, but just for the understanding.
Yes. Thank you, sir, because my perspective to use this word as Dalitgiri, because this, as you spoke clearly, that the word is shows the dominance, and we are not in the position of any kind of dominance. But when we use this word as I used in relation with particular topic, so that means when we are analyzing that institution, that topic with the lens of Dalits. So as I use Dalitgiri, so it means I analyzed the some provisions which are emphasized on Dalits education. So that's why I use this word for Dalitgiri, as in the whole my presentation is based on and emphasized and focused on the issues of Dalits. So here it is not talking about the general education and all another issues, but it is focused on regarding Dalit issues. So this is my perspective to use this word. And as I use educational justice, because we always talk about social justice, political justice, economic justice, but in this era is a very technical era where where our competition is not just with the human being, even our competition with machines, AI. So we can compete in this era with the help of quality education. And for the quality education, there is a need of educational justice. That means uh, education for all and equal education. And education should not be a burden on the families. It should be taken by government. Government should take its responsibility to provide equal opportunity to all people, and people also demand for this justice. So thank you, sir, for asking to this important question.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Yes,
Sir,
sir.
if there is no questions, we can conclude the today's lecture.
Yes, to
If
conclude.
anybody have any clarification questions, please ask questions, sir. Today you given very good lecture on education. Full reference of our constitution. I'm very happy. This lecture. Is there any questions, please? If not, sir, Arvind Kumar, sir, you can conclude the Arvind quotation.
Okay.
You can conclude the meeting.
Yes,
sir.
sir. I think there is a one hand raised from Sunil Kumar.
Okay. Go
Take
ahead.
the
Maybe
question.
he want to ask any question.
Sunil, please raise your question.
As I
Sunil Kumar is not unmute.
Sunil, please unmute yourself.
Sir.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, sir. I'm Sunil and I'm a naval veteran. Sir, my question is, as everybody has said, this government is deliberately and slowly actually removing lot of education from the government institutions as group captains has told, like the primary education in so many schools is being stopped because the number of children in the school is very less. I just want to ask people here in the meeting, is there anything we as a Dalit community doing anything for the education of our community? Is there are any NGOs which are funding the education for our kids which are in need of education and all? And if such NGOs are there, let's promote them on larger scale so that it can reach up to the villages. Because as such, as group captain previously said, because in the villages I see the basically in the remote villages that primary schools and all, and they most of kids in those schools are from the Dalit communities only.
Probably.
And if those schools are closed, I think the government as well and the society as a society, we will be denying the chance to our community to study. So, as a political agenda, I think we are, as we previously speakers said, as a community, we are not in that position to dictate politically our terms. But as there are a lot of people who can run NGOs and as a private sector schools, like that we can help. And if such NGOs are there, let's promote them, sir, and help our community to get education. Thank you very much, sir, for giving me opportunity to
It
speak.
is, If Kishanji can give the answer, then it's okay. Otherwise, I request you, Lakshmaya Anna could give a good answer for this. Otherwise, if I'll permit it, then I could put some lines on that.
You can say, Lakshmi sir is meeting.
Sir,
You can give some clarification.
Sunilji, look,
Sorry, sir.
the Dalit and
It was
yeah,
from,
Kishanji, do you have answer for this question?
so, sir, I was not able to.
Voice is not clear.
Yes. Sorry.
Kishanji, your voice is not
Yeah,
clear.
Now it is clear, sir.
Yeah, pick.
Sir, due to technical error, I could not able to listen Mr. Sunil's question. So, if you listen his question,
I could have a bit answer for that.
yes, sir, please.
If Ravi will allow me, then I can explain the answer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. After the
Sunilji,
sir also
look,
understood. You can.
We have to look back at that Dalit NGOs, which are depend on the fundings from others, they do not have that resource. But there are scheduled caste plan, which have a historical background in 1979, that then government led by Indira Gandhi had passed a scheme in the parliament. That is on those times that scheme has been named special component plan. Now, in the present regime, that in 2014, after that new government assumed, they have taken charge, and they have given the scheme to a new name. Earlier, it is combined for the SC and STs. Now, government has divided it: scheduled caste sub-plan and scheduled tribe sub-plan. Within scheduled caste sub-plan, there are provisions that Dalit NGOs or Dalit organization can take the fund from the government and establish their own institutions from that fund. That scheduled caste sub-plan and scheduled tribe sub-plan have a very good component. Then it is for the specific and individual means Dalit, a family means Dalit, and the community wherever Dalits are in majority, they can resolve the resolution and hand it over to the government, means to the social welfare department or to the DM, and demand for them special schools for the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. Even that the kind of Navodaya school, they can ask government to establish this kind of school. Even Dalit NGOs can run those schools, and it is happening very good way in Telangana itself. So I would request Sunilji, if you can take up the case of Telangana, then you may get a very clear picture that how the Dalits can establish their own school and even a residential schools. And if you can contact me sometime, I will clarify to you. Or even that Lakshmaya Anna Malapalli sir, he's a kind of a founder of Telangana, so he could give you a more detail about it. Because right now there is no that much time to clarify that scheme. But yes, it is possible. That is what I am asking you. It is possible Dalit organizations can establish their own institutions. Thank you.
Kumar sir, is there anything to say?
No, sir. Thank you very much. I'll be in touch with sir, and I'll seek those documents, and I'll pursue it, sir.
Okay, Arun Kot sir, you can conclude.
So thank you, Dr. Krishan Kumar. It's a really a very good deliberation, though there was a lot of technical problems. But anyway, you have placed your words, your whole idea very clearly, and we do need go on more on detail, taking up the current challenges which are emerging day by day. That like what Group Captain Dinesh Chandra has said. Similarly, in many other way, that there are challenges in the field of education justice. keeping up that in mind that what the Constitution is ensuring to us. So that this discussions and debates needed to be taken forward, and collectively we can address it, and definitely there must be we can basically mobilize our own people, educate our own people about our rights towards Constitution. So thank you. It was a very good deliberation, and we are thankful to you. And we do request you that it is a series of 75 lectures. It started 26 January 25, and it will be ended up by 26 January to 2026. So once it will be completed, then we already plan to publish all this in a mega program in Hyderabad itself. So what I request you, Krishanji, if you could write down all these your lecture and all those points which has been left out, if you can write down all those and submit it to us, then we will come out with a proper publication on 26 January 2026. The second, I do request, I do inform you all that we will releasing all these lectures on YouTube. So anybody can see all these lectures on YouTube channel also. So we will share the link of the YouTube channel, and you people all can listen all those lectures. So thank you. Thank you very much, Krishanji. I do thanks to all the participants, all the respondents, and definitely this should be going on. And by coming Saturday, we will come up with another speaker who will give his lecture, his or her lecture on Constitution. So thank you a lot. Thanks a lot. Jai Bhim.
Jai Bhim. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ji.
Thank you.